Mr. Deity.
Mr. Deity. Mr. Deity.
Oh my God. What's up, Mr. DeWitt Style? What's going on, my man? Long time no see. I see you doing your thing up there in Chicago, my man. Why you go put that white girl on?
What?
You heard what I said.
My t-shirt. I was wearing something.
I'm chilling, man. Chilling, still building. Still doing the same thing. And I see you out there building as well, right? Get y'all some water, because we about to kick it, family. It's about to go down. What's up? Delian. Shouts out. Come on, let's get this water so we can get this conversation started. Shouts out to Kevin Sanchez. Come on now, we waiting for y'all. I'm looking for all my warriors, all my nation builders, and some elders. Come on in. Like and share. We gonna kick it. I got some important information for tonight. I'm gonna need your help, because these proverbs are hard. Yeah, I'm trying, just got to do. Oh, bruh, practice. I've been doing it for so long, man. It's just like you got to do it. Don't wait. There's no secret method. You just got to do it. You got to do it. Get up, do the show, brother. Set a time where you get up and you do your show on a regular basis. You ain't got to do it 7 days a week like I do. Do your show. Do your show. Alright, family. Tribal quotes. Music brought to you by Mansour Heru Amen Ra, also known as Mr. Deity. I'm sending him a message now. Let's build. Uh-oh. It's a little bit shorter than I thought. I only got a couple of seconds and we're off. We're off. Here we go, family. Alright, I want to welcome you to Gye-Nyame Journey. It's not radio. I want to welcome you to Gye-Nyame Journey. It's the Heart of a Simmer production. Of course, this is the evening when we discuss the tribal quotes. Heart of a Simmer production.
Well, we strive to blow up your old paradigm.
That's right. Miss Gina G is in the house. Miss Gina G is in the house. So, hold on. I want to make sure he get that message. All right. Oh, my God. What's up, Miss Keisha? What's going on? You want to come on the show tonight? Come on, let's talk. 614-556-4535. Come on the show. We about to kick it. I'm gonna need some help with these proverbs, man. These proverbs kind of got me stumped. You know what I'm saying? I consider myself a good researcher. I consider myself somebody that could, but these proverbs are going to give me a problem. So I'm going to post up the number for anybody out there that is interested in assisting Brother Hatim in breaking down and doing some wisdom mining, because we're going to have to break through the shell of these proverbs We're going to have to break through the shell of these proverbs and really get into it. Now, those that are interested, you know what I'm saying, you can also join me on my YouTube channel, or those that just want to listen to the podcast and don't want to necessarily deal with the pictures. Oh, Gina, you showing off. I do the showing off on the show, baby. You don't do the showing off. You got to remind them sometime, you know what I'm saying? I do the showing off. She don't do the showing off, right? So I'm going to finish drinking my water, and I want to share some information with you, right? So I'm out with the kids today, and I want to do some reading, and I basically went to sleep. And Gina about to tell you that. I went to sleep.
Because we ate birthday cake and it was poison food.
Mm-hmm.
And then got him right back to sleep.
Yeah. Tell them again, Gina. What was it? You gotta say it. You gonna talk.
He ate some poison food, and then when he went to my grandma's house, he fell to sleep again.
Not only did I fall asleep, I had nightmares. That's what I get for sitting down with my kids and trying to eat that food. That's what I get. So now, for those that don't understand, if you look at the call in, you either call in over your phone, or you could type in over the internet. All right. Also, those that want to link to YouTube, you can also join us live on YouTube. We're there live right now. You know what I'm saying? Those of you that come on, I could possibly pull you on the screen as well. So then people will be able to hear you. Call lines are also open, so make sure that you call in. Like and share with your friends, because the conversation is about to get deep. You know what I'm saying? We are going to struggle through this. We're going to do some wisdom mining. We're going to extract the wisdom from these proverbs. And we're going to change some lives here tonight, right? Now, one of the things that I wanted to do, my plan was to get away and do some reading, because I've been up in the house and I don't feel like going nowhere. And I'm reading this right now. Of course, y'all know those that's been with me. You know, right now I'm reading through Issues of Manhood in Black and White, an incisive look into masculinity and the societal definition of the African man. Go ahead. And this one,
Blueprint Black Power.
A moral, political, and economic imperative for the 21st century. I've been waiting for this book for a while. Finally got it. I'm going to be going through that. And, of course, y'all already know. I don't even need to say it. We've been going through the African-American folklore. All right? So now, what you working on, Brother Hatim? First off, I'm looking at the importance of folk tales, the importance of myths, the importance of legends for us, the importance of proverbs for us, right? I honestly believe that our ancestors are communicating with us through the words that they left. Right? I call it crystallized wisdom. And it's just a matter of us digging down, getting it, cleaning it off, cutting it like a diamond, getting it to look good so that we can use it in this day and time. And it's just a matter of us doing that work. It's a matter of us getting dirty, both physically as well as metaphorically. You know what I'm saying? Getting dirty, getting down there and doing the work. I don't mind doing the work. So, in the first couple of chapters, I ain't even make it through the first chapter, but I'm reading a chapter. Well, actually, I'm still in the overview right now. All right. So let me share this with you, because and those of you with kids, y'all might want to scoot up and listen up. This is from Amos Wilson. Woo, man. We must again look at the oppressive situation. Often when I go to conferences, educational, so forth, I see people diving directly into the discussion of the education of our children without discussing the context in which that education takes place. Listen, you are going to waste tremendous amounts of time and destroy your children if you don't look at the context in which a phenomena occurs. This happens all too often. Some of you may have heard me a few weeks ago on the Lloyd Strayhorn show. Now, this is old. You know what I'm saying? when we started to talk about why our children have problems in mathematics. I'll next appear on that show on the 3rd of December. I made a generalization that our children have problems in mathematics because they must, listen, they must have problems in mathematics. Is that my water? Oh, you doing too much.
No.
It is not merely a matter of whether they are able to learn math, have the motivation, and all the things we are talking about. You have to look at what would the learning of mathematics mean to European domination. What would the learning of technological thinking mean to the hegemony of the white man on the earth today? What would the establishment of a black research libraries, the entry of African nations into a space race for real, the manufacture by African people of technological systems, and so forth, mean economically, politically, and militarily to Europeans? You have to start with that first. If you don't start with that, you miss the whole point of the deal. Family. Late 80s, early 90s. This man died in the early 90s, right? But listen to the wisdom that he has left us. I feel it streaming through my body. Listen to what he's saying. The context of the education. Why aren't our children able to learn in the way that they need to learn? Because the education system is not designed for their success. It's not designed to bring the best out of them for their people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? It's sort of like having a fish in a school for monkeys. It don't work. Fish will, no matter how well you train the fish, they will never be able to jump through the trees like the monkey. You understand what I'm saying? And what he's saying is we don't understand the context of education, so it's hard for us to figure out why our children are not learning. Listen, it is natural. It is natural for people to want to do better. This is natural. And what we have to understand is that the system that is in place is not designed for them to do better. It's designed to keep them trapped and locked where they are. Now, one more piece. This is from his chapter called Power of Words. Words are not mere means of communication. Words have histories. Words represent political experiences. Words represent political, military, and economic intentions. Words are the organizers of thinking and behavior. They're not mere means of sharing ideas, not by a long shot. Words are the means by which people manipulate each other's consciousness, and through the manipulation of their consciousness, their behavior, their vision, their perception, and the way they relate one to another. That's why you have to have very sound knowledge of words. Some people who have reviewed this book have already talked to me about the words in the book. Well, you're going to have to wrestle with a little bit, but that's all right. We got to wrestle with words. We are victimized by an absence of knowledge of words and words' power. We've got to move beyond the linguistic level in which we operate now as a people. A great part of the oppression, I say that again, a great part of the oppression of our people occurs at the point of word usage. We have to be able to recognize how language is used so that we'll learn how to use it as a tool and weapon against those who would dominate us as such. 1990s. Have we built up on this man's knowledge? No, because we are involved in educational systems that force us to become trained individuals to work against our own progress. This is why I got this show, family. This show is an educational show. And I know a lot of y'all, we sit down and we wrestle with the Proverbs. We sit down, we wrestle with the folk tales. We sit down, we daily toast, and we wrestle with the concept of our ancestors. And we start building up a mental state in which we start looking for what it is we need to be successful as a people. Because until we start looking for what it is that makes us successful, until we start designing education systems that are designed to bring the best out of us for us. See, right now, the educational system is designed to bring the best out of us for others. Right? So we wonder why our children move away from mathematics and technological skills. Right? Why? Because it does not benefit and it does not fit into the paradigm that is shaped for us. This is why I always have my kids and I always say, well, we strive to blow up your old paradigms, because the old paradigms are what's keeping us locked in. Our ancestors left us clues, family. All we got to do is follow the clues. You can see it in the stories. Like, for example, for those that follow my work, I have a story called Lost Little Simba. What happens when you take a little Simba and you raise him as a sheep? What happens to an eagle when you raise the eagle as a chicken? And you confine the eagle to the lessons of being a chicken, or you confine the lion to the lessons of being a sheep. It don't work. It don't work. That lion will never be able to be a good sheep. Why? Because he's not a sheep. That hawk will never be a good chicken because he's not a chicken. Family, you are not West Asian. I say it again, you are not West Asian. And the only way that you're going to improve your life, the life of your people, and the life of the world is by you realizing who and what you are. Do you understand? This is the only way we can move beyond where we are. We got to take command of the education system in our community. If we can't get to school, then we need to get to schools on the weekends. After school programs. We need to start getting teachers that are trained up under us. We need a curriculum that moves our children towards liberation. That leads our children towards freedom. That instills in them, because when they start seeing the needs of the people and they really start feeling the needs of the people, listen to me, I need y'all to feel me on this. When our children are able to see that our part of humanity is suffering, they're going to look for solutions. They're going to find solutions, and they're going to start creating things to move us to the next level. And this will benefit everybody. Of course, it'll benefit us first. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. We got to stop feeling guilty about wanting to do stuff for us. We got to stop playing with our words, trying to make everybody feel comfortable. See, because listen, there is no growth. There is no growth where things are comfortable. We have to be able to be in meetings and make people feel uncomfortable, especially in meetings where people are giving away educational skills, financial resources. We need to be able to call people to task unapologetically. We don't need to apologize. You know what I'm saying? In the sense, the world, well, ain't even in the sense, in reality, the world owes us a fucking apology. We're trying to make everybody feel comfortable, make everybody feel, you know what I'm saying, feel like we're cool. No, family. No, we're not. You know what I'm saying? You can keep the few people that you done handed out some scrapes from the table. No, nigga, we want our table. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can have your table. We want our table. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you right now, black folks, once we set up our table, everybody going to come sit down and want to eat. So we got to be able to defend the table. See, because they didn't showed us this before. That's real life here at Gye-Nyame. That's real life. Look, that's real life here at Gye-Nyame. Real life. That's me. Go tell him to turn that down, baby. Now, so here we go. Here we go. So today I'm struggling with these proverbs because I read them this morning and I was like, damn. And I got to get ready for the show tomorrow, right? You know what I'm saying? Get my neck loose for the show. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're drinking your water. Make sure you're staying healthy. Now, be on the listen. Be on the listen because we're going to be doing some more events in Columbus. We're going to be doing major events in Columbus. So I need y'all to understand, right? And I need y'all to be willing to participate. We got to raise this dough so that we can make sure we have these cultural stabilizers going on. Well, we can have real talk with the family. We can start getting people hungry because right now people are hungry. Right now people are hungry. They're like, oh, man, we just had Kwanzaa. They're hungry now. What are you going to feed them? You know what I'm saying? We got to get people involved, right? We got to get people involved. Let me tell you why. Because we got to get them involved in some real consciousness in keeping them awake. Because there's other people out there that's waiting to take advantage. So if we're not providing that as a village here in Columbus, and you're not providing it in your city, you know what I'm saying? After the cultural stabilizers, you get 1, 2, 3, or 4 people that might want something. See, we don't need a lot. All we need is a critical mass. Here in Columbus, a critical mass is about 500 to 1,000 people. How do you know this, Brother Hatil? Because I've seen churches with about 1,000 people do some major building. Major building. You go and, like, for example, I ain't going to say the church's name, but you go to this church and they own the apartment complexes in the back of the church. They own all the land in one area. There's a couple of thousand people there. But they started off small. I remember before they moved to the big place. And there's other churches that's doing the same thing, family. Why can't we be doing something like that in the conscious community? Those of you that stuck on religion, y'all stay over where you are. But those that really want to do some building, it's time for us to start tribing up. And not just coming together to sharpen our swords and to intellectually masturbate, but coming together to lay down plans so that we can move to the next level. Because we got to move to the next level of the game, family. We got to move to the next level of the game. It's not right. It's not right for us to be in the situation that we are in. It's not healthy for us to be in the situation we're in. I'm just saying, family. You know what I'm saying? It's our time. 2018, it's our time. The cycle is back around. It's like every 30 years we have awakening. We have awakening like every 30 years, and every 15 we have a quick slight thing. But right now, the cycle is moving us back to a point where it's time for people to start waking up. I was in college the last time it happened. And we had one, maybe 2 years. We got 1, maybe 2 years with technology the way it is. We might have maybe 7 to 8 months now. Because they stumped that out real quick, family. I was there. I watched it. I watched it rise to a high. And then I seen it come crashing down, family. And this is the issue. Now, I'm old enough to be able, when young people want to grab something, I got something for them to get. Do we have something that we can give our young people now? Do we have information that we can give our young people now? Do we have studies that we can give? Not just studies for the sake of studying, because black folks, we got to get out of just studying for the sake of studying so that when we go to places, we can sound intelligent. We need to study for the sake of building. You got to understand, your enemy ain't coming together to talk about how intelligent they are. No, they're coming together to show what advancements they have made. And this is the question you got to ask, motherfuckers. What new developments, what new discoveries have you come across that you can use to help us move to the next level? That's the game. That's the game. Now how many followers you got on Facebook? Now how many people you got listening? But what have you developed? What have you researched that will move us to the next level? My specialty is folktales. My specialty is legends. Is the use of legends, myth, and story to move people forward. That's where my research is. Right? Lightweight philosophy type thing. What is yours? You understand what I'm saying? There is no confusion with me and the stories. I understand their place. I understand their importance. I understand how they need to be used for young people as well as old people. I know how they're a weapon because they take words and they shape words into pictures in your mind. Isn't that hieroglyphs? Isn't that Metu Neter? Family, we are at a crucial point. We are at a crucial point. We have already passed the mark where the elder, I can't think of his name right now. He wrote White Labor, Black Labor, White Wealth. He wrote Powernomics. Claude Anderson. Elder Claude Anderson said years ago that if we didn't start handling business now, we'll be a permanent underclass. And I don't know about you, but I'm looking at my future right here in this room. They are back in the back talking while I'm talking. Yeah, right here, right now. I got one in Cleveland or somewhere in between Cleveland and Las Vegas. I got kids all over. And I do not desire to leave them in a permanent. Do you understand what's meant when they say a permanent underclass? Do you understand that? That means that no matter what you do, you will not be able to get up. And we're going to get to a point where we're going to be so hushed out that nobody will ever hear our complaints. Nobody will ever take our pleas and our calls seriously, family. We got to be serious about it. There's no more playing. We the only people that's still playing. You know what I'm saying? We're in a game of life and death. And we're not doing research. Or if we're researching stuff, we're researching information that can't and will not assist us. I understand the greatness of African history, but how, if you're researching it, how can the lessons from then help us now? You got to be able to connect the dots. It's not good for us to talk about all the shit we invented. What was those individuals that was inventing? What was the methods that they was using to invent? We need inventors. We need individuals. See, and the only way we're going to spark our children is to connect where we are as a people to where they are. Get them to feel it. Get them to feel the pain of possibly being on the losing side. Nobody like to lose. We need to put that fire up under our children so that they will move to get master that mathematics, move to master that computer programming, move to master learning how to use the weapons of economics, move to master to learn how to use the weapons of politics for us. You move to learn how to use the weapon of education, because a lot of us, we think that the war is fought with guns. That is the end of war. That is the last resort of war. The wisest generals never hit the battlefield, family. We got to understand that. You don't believe me? Open up the Art of War. It is the worst generals that have to go to war. He wrote the book. He wrote that book for the worst generals, because the good generals didn't need the goddamn book. These are the strategies. Once you fucked up as a general, these are the strategies to help you win the battle with weapons. But if you are on your shit, you never have to hit the field of actual physical battle. You win it mentally. You win it economically. You win it politically. You win it socially. You win it educationally. Those are the weapons. That's where we're being slaughtered. Yeah, we going to jail. Yeah, we being shot down the street. But every last one of our children that's on this right now, and those of your friends, more than likely are being slaughtered every day when they go to those schools, especially if you are not involved in that school, especially if you just sending them there and you don't talk to the teachers, you don't check the teachers, you don't talk to the administration, you don't let them listen. My child needs to learn this. You know what I'm saying? And expand our history beyond that 30 days or that 27 days or that 28 days. Expand studying about themselves to 360. If you want to teach my children math, you want my child to get mathematics, they have to understand why mathematics is important to them as a people today. Shouts out to Jimmy P. King. Shouts out to Stephanie Jackson. Shouts out to Candace Johnson. Shouts out to Brother Cecil Ahad. Shouts out to Debbie Harrison. You listen, family. They're not playing with us, and we got to get serious. Listen. I got brothers that I'm close with that are in jail right now serving dope man time, that came up with a brilliant business idea. I don't think y'all heard me. I don't think you heard me. We ain't talking about somebody on the street selling dope. We talking about somebody that came up with a brilliant business idea. This is how they go to war with us. This is how they go to war with us. Right? You know what I'm saying? Laws are designed to preserve and protect the future of those that create the laws. Now I got a question for you black folks. What laws did you create? Every law in the books, protect them. Now let me tell you, and this is how you know that you're oppressed. Y'all ready? Get ready for this. Listen. If the education system helps move you forward, hold on, you are not oppressed. If the political system moves you forward, you are not oppressed. If the economic system moves you forward, you are not oppressed. If the social system is designed to protect you, you are not oppressed. Now, black folks, all right, if the system of war is there to protect you, the system of policing is there to protect you, you are not oppressed. But I got a question for you, family. Do the laws support you and protect you? Does the educational system work for you? Does the political system work for you? Does the economic system work for you? If it does not work for you, guess what? You are oppressed. Shouts out to John Gibson. Shouts out to Yanib Ban Yasharala. I guess I'm pretty good. Yanab. Shouts out to John Gibson. So family, we have a simple choice. And everybody that's listening to me, because I do it at this time, because grown folks, I'm talking to grown folks right now. If we don't get off the pot, if we don't get off our asses, we will leave dust for our children. Let me say that again. Whether you got children or you got nephews, you got nieces, we are going to leave dust. And y'all can click off or you know what I'm saying, y'all can shut it out. But the fact of the matter is, family, this system is not designed to work for us because we have not demanded that it does. We stopped demanding. This system, if we're going to exist in this, we have to demand and make it work for us because everybody else makes it work for them. Think about it. Everybody else makes it work for them. You are old. But hey, let's get to these proverbs. Brother Shaka's in the house. Shouts out to Jimmy P. King. Gye-Nyame, thank you for sharing, liking and sharing. Because hey, you know what I'm saying? It only I'm telling you right now, we could change Columbus with just 1,000 people. Just 1,000 people doing their thing. Just 1,000 people. Just doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Tribing up. No, you know what I'm saying? And no tribes over 150 people. Just saying. We have once you get over 150, you gotta split it. Half go with one, half go with another, or half go with a council, another half go with another council. This is why. Because after 150 people, we no longer know people. It's harder for us to know people. So then I start dealing with people in an inappropriate fashion. We still could click up. We still can have a council. I feel the aggression in your voice. Your passion is real. Make me feel the love. Oh man, I can't. Hey, the love is there. Feel the passion. I mean, hell, passion can only be produced in love or hate. And I don't hate I'm far from hating my people, right? But here we go, family. Uh-oh. I heard a breath. Somebody on the line? Well, I guess at this point in time, I have to introduce my co-host. You know what I'm saying? So this is my co-host. Everybody give it up for the one, the only, Shaka Hasbury.
How y'all doing?
Take your bow, brother. All right. So Shaka, I'm just going off because I just read a piece from Dr. Amos Wilson. Dr. Amos Wilson. And we're about to get into these proverbs. And I'm glad you called in, man, because I was really kind of nervous because these proverbs today are real hard. Now, family, those that are just now joining the show, this is your first time on the show, the goal is to do what I call wisdom mining, where I honestly believe that in the folk tales, in the proverbs, there are many tools that we can extract and use to help us move to the next level. All right, family? So this is family time now. We're about to get into the discussion. Feel free to post your comments up, or you could call in at 614-556-4535, or those of you that prefer to go to YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/Hatim, HA2TIM. I'm broadcasting live, you know what I'm saying? And we going to chop it up. Either way, people going to be able to hear you, but it's important, and I believe it's important that we have discussions like this without necessarily coming face to face and having the discussion focused so that we can keep all of the madness and fuckery down. Because this is, according to what Amos Wilson is saying, the system that we operate under has, in a sense, implanted a virus within us. I know I ain't read that, but listen, implanted a virus in us that moves and works to our disadvantage, and it feeds off of us, and it guides us to work towards our disadvantage. So we got to step away from each other sometime and use this technology so that we can have discussions and expose where the virus is in our life. I'm just saying, family, I know I got it, right? I know I got it. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm constantly working on it. I'm constantly getting up trying to slay that mug. You know what I'm saying? And my goal is to help become a mirror for you. Become a mirror for you. You know what I'm saying? So that you can see it in you. Or also you can call it out in me. All right, so here we go. Here are the proverbs of the day. Shaka, you got something you want to say today before I get started?
No, jump right into it, man. You know how I am.
All right, I'm pulling from Gye-Nyame Journey Workbook Tribal Quotes. It's compiled. I didn't write these. It's compiled by me. This is years and years of working with folk tales and proverbs. Now, the original name of the session was called "What the Hell." Now, let me explain that. When I used to work with younger people, I used to do rehab. So, to help them work through some of the addictive tendencies, I will put words from Proverbs up. And one day, a young person came in my room, and he looked up on the board, and he read, and he said, "What in the hell is this?" I said, what the hell? So on my board, I kept on top, what the hell? I can't do that now because I work with two young people, and it's a different situation. But the idea was, what the hell? Because if the statement that is said makes you have to go in and ask that, what in the hell is this? If it forces you to ask that question, there's some room for some exploration. It made room for us to have discussion. You understand what I'm saying? And I was able to, I'm able to help people like that. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. Day 10. Time is a fluid condition which has no existence except in the momentary avatars of individual people. William Faulkner. Proverb number 2. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. I think we might have did that already. That's Anis Nin.
We did.
The tears in your eyes do not blind you. That's from Togo, a place in Africa for those that don't know. All right. So, Shaka, if you would pick a number
Yes,
from
sir.
1 to 3. It's on you.
We'll start off with number 3.
Tears in your eyes do not blind you. I'm going to let you start this time. You know what I'm saying? Don't be shy.
Mm-hmm. Well, what is it that brings tears to our eyes?
Uh-oh. See, that's
When we think of the depths of what causes us this emotional outbreak where our chemical reaction is to release so that we in the souls of who we are able to find comfort in anything else but resolve. So whether it be tears of joy or tears of sorrow, something in that moment beyond the time and space, the vibration that will always and forever take you back to that place.
Okay. You kind of laid back today, man. I'm about to get on this one. This one ain't give me that much problem. Do not blind you. I'm just typing it up here. I ain't gonna be able to type all of them up here because sometimes they be long. Togo.
Hey, so dig it.
Go ahead.
When you are taken back to this place, it reminds you of that part of the process. What was the state of or the condition of your heart during that process? Sometimes it's a song that takes you right back to that place. Sometimes it's the scent of a stranger's perfume that takes you right back to her or that place. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And when you are called to see that, the tears from that moment, from the original moment and the revisiting, it's clarity. Because then that's a place that you've been running from or been running to.
All right, man. You gonna leave it there?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
The tears in your eyes do not blind you. Regardless of whether we got tears of joy or tears of sorrow or tears of pain, the tears are not stopping you from taking action. If you have tears of joy, the tears are not stopping you from embracing that which is bringing you joy. The tears do not stand in your way. When you're in pain, the tears do not stop you from rising up and pushing whatever is causing the pain off of you. The tears are not there to stop you. The tears are an expression of something else. The tears are not the cause. The tears are not the thing that is causing them. So the tears are not the chains that hold you back. A lot of us, we cry and we don't do nothing. A lot of us, we're in pain and we cry and we don't do nothing. And just because I'm crying doesn't mean that it's necessarily actual tears in my eyes. But a lot of us allow the concept of the tears to stop us from moving forward in our life. Stop us from moving forward as a group. The complaining, that's crying, that's tears. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because tears don't just have to be the liquid in your eyes. They could be the words that's flowing off your mouth. Just the complaints. What are you doing to change the situation or to embrace the situation so that you could bring some resolution? The tears do not stop you from seeking and finding the resolution. The tears does not stop you from finding and stopping what's causing the pain. The tears does not stop you from moving from a painful situation. The tears do not stop you from embracing that which you love. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop using these phony excuses. You know what I'm saying? That keep us stuck. When we want to make improvements in our life, our ancestors have already laid it there. You know what I'm saying? The tears do not stop you. It's not the tears in your eyes. They do not blind you. That means if you blind, that means you can't necessarily see what's physically in front of you. Right? It's not stopping you from being able to locate the problem. Or locate the source of the joy so that you could go deeper into that. Many of us stop with the pain. Many of us stop with the suffering. Many of us just stop dead because we allow the tears to blind us. We use the tears as an excuse. Or we come up with other excuses to justify why we don't move. Those are tears that are blinding us. It's not the excuses that's stopping you, family. It's not. It's not. You know what I'm saying? When you are in battle, like for example, it's like with sports, man. If you ever really been involved in a serious game, regardless of what it is, and you could be losing, you could be in pain, you could be crying, but if you want to be in the game, you are going to fulfill your job. If you want to win, you are going to push it beyond the tears. And we got to start, if we're going to start living life, we got to look at life like we going for the goddamn championship. This is your only chance, family. You going for the championship. So the question is, and this is the question, are you going to allow the tears to blind you from being able to bring home the trophy? And many of us live our life like this. We stuck. And all I'm saying is, tears, as the answers say, the tears in your eyes do not blind you. That means they don't stop you from acting. They don't stop you. And I'm just saying, family, we got to push up beyond the tears. We got to push up beyond the pain. We got to find what's causing the pain and snuff it out. Do you understand what I'm saying? And like I said, family, and it's going to take us being uncomfortable. It's going to take us working with people we might not like. It's going to take us being put in very, very dangerous and very, very uncomfortable positions. But when you're talking about, like I said at the beginning, about we don't necessarily want to sit at the table. We want to build our own goddamn table. We'll build our own table with your money. You don't want to sit at that table? You're going to finance. You're going to help finance us building our. Yes, you are. You're going to finance this table. Right? Now, we could cry tears of pain when they coming at us. Because they're going to come at us. They're going to bring up all types of shit. They're going to bring out all types of shit. But the thing we got to understand is, family, listen, if we won't change, we can't be comfortable. Change and comfort do not go hand in hand. They're not lovers. They're not even friends. And a lot of us, we want change, but we want to be comfortable. Shaka, how much change had come in your life when you was comfortable, man? Anybody out there?
Not much.
Anybody out there right now? Anybody out there? Somebody type in and prove me wrong. When has change come into your life when you was comfortable? I'll wait. Shaka might not. Shaka, if you got something to say, you better get it in right now, my man.
No, I'm with you.
Oh, he waiting. We waiting. You know what I'm saying? Change and comfort cannot occupy the same space and time. Many of us just want to be comfortable. Family, listen to me. Listen to me. Right now. Because this is what's constantly on my mind. And it bothers me. Right now, we're comfortable. But we see them doing tax changes. We see them, I mean, listen. We see, he said, Jimmy P said he waiting too. Listen, we see we see tax changes coming down the pike. We're gonna see programs getting cut off. Our people about to be in a lot of pain, family. It's a strong possibility that you know what I'm saying, that this is not gonna work out for the best for us. We're gonna be in a lot of pain. And the good part about that is that enough of us will realize that the only way change is going to come is through pain. It's through suffering. It's through being uncomfortable. Until I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, I will not bring the change to my life. Motivational speaker after motivational speaker has said that. And I'm saying it to us as a people. Family, are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? I mean, listen. I'm so glad that I ain't seeing those videos no more. But for a whole summer, I saw black man after black man being televised over and over and over again being murdered. Then we look at the lesser. We forget about the major thing that's going on. We got black folks being jailed for the fact that they can't afford the damn tickets. Anybody know somebody out there? Or we got black folks being jailed because they can't afford the lawyer. The bottom line is we have been priced out of America, and we want to sit back and think that we are comfortable when all of us are one accident away from being homeless, one accident away from being shoved into prison, one accident from being broken because we got to pay medical bills. One. And the wealth of this country is built on your back. One. See, this is why, like I said, I would love to move to Ghana, but I'm not. Because I'm old. I'm going to get mine. We need to get what's owed to us. We need to be like Riley when he was talking, those that ever watched Boondocks, when in the first season, when I think it was the first season, Riley was chasing down Santa Claus, talking about Santa, you going to pay me what you owe. We got to have that type of mentality. You going to give me what you owe. We owe. And we have to be bold enough to start saying this shit. We owe. You know what I'm saying? The wealth of America, and this is what a lot of us don't want to accept. I want you to look at this, family, and do the history yourself. America's wealth is built upon the bones of your ancestors. Whether we was picking cotton or we was froze out of markets. I want you to understand. It was economics, political, social, educational, warfare launched against you. And it has not stopped. But we can't allow the tears to blind us, family. We got to push through. If this means keeping the schools open during the evening, we find a way to do it. If it means that we have to do schools on Saturday so we can start educating our children, and when I say educate, I'm not just talking about teaching them to spell. I'm talking about teaching them to love. Listen to me, because this is what inspired. Because I want all of the men in the audience to think about this. Think about the first time you really felt. Well, everybody, because this ain't meant. Think about the first time you really fell in love with something. Think about how creative you would become to get with that person. And I want you to transfer that feeling to what your people need. Imagine we are able to put this love for our people into our children. We talk about the children of hip hop. We talking about our children.
How?
Huh? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm with you. You just
See, because now according to because I read Amos Wilson at the beginning, and I know a lot of y'all missed that, but I'm gonna repeat it, and then we'll come back to the Proverbs. I'm gonna read it real quick. Amos Wilson. This is issues.
I got something to.
Hold on. Let me read the title and I'll let you go. Issues of manhood in black and white, an incisive look into masculinity and the societal definition of African man. Go ahead.
Say that again.
Oh, I said it too fast. The pitch is up on. Look on the camera. Can you see it? Issues of manhood, black and white. An incisive look into masculinity and the societal definition of African man. This brother wrote this in the 90s.
Okay.
Now, check out what he say about the education system. Just real quick. We must again look at the oppressive situation. Often when I go to conferences, educational, and so forth, I see people diving directly into the discussion of the education of our children without discussing the context in which that education takes place. You are going to waste tremendous amount of time and destroy your children if you don't look at the context in which the phenomenon occurs. This happens all too often. Some of you may have heard me a few weeks ago on the Lord Strayhorn show. This brother passed away. This is in the 90s, so this is old. When we started to talk about why our children have problems in mathematics, listen. I'll next appear on that show on the 3rd of December. I made the generalization that our children have problems in mathematics because they must have problems in mathematics. This is 1990s. Think about that. He said our children have problems in mathematics because they must have problems in mathematics. Because we got to understand that the cultural framework that has been designed, that we lived in, is designed for the upliftment of only one group of people. So our children must do bad in mathematics. They must do bad with technical thinking. They must. This is why, if we're going to have our children in these schools, we have to supplement what our children getting. We got to make sure that we energize them with the love of their people. Because it was the love of the people that drove somebody like Amenhotep to be able to create the first pyramid. It was the love of our people that pushed somebody like Menes to be able to change the direction of the Nile. It was the love of our people that got somebody like George Washington Carver to be able to take the peanut and make it a major crop. It was the love of our people that drove Marcus Garvey to build the biggest organization. It was the love of our people that got somebody like Frederick Douglass to get to where he got and to do the work. It was the love of our people that kept Harriet Tubman moving and coming back for us. It was the love of our people that got somebody like Sojourner Truth to talk about it. It was the love of our people that moved Malcolm X. It was the love of our people that moved Martin Luther King. And what happened to the love of the people? We are no longer able to instill it. Why? Because our children are under somebody else's control and they are being taught that everything is okay. So they don't see the tricks that's coming for them. They don't understand the importance of number. What is the importance of numbers to our people? I just had Brother Kwame. He did his Sabayat and showed the connection of mathematics to our people. And he showed why mathematics is important and how it helps you think. And this is why, see, our children imitate us. This is why our people are where we are as far as educationally, because the education system is not designed to pull that love out. For theirs it do. Because when they go to school, they're hearing about their triumphs. They're hearing about their victories. They're hearing about their stuff. Like my wife right now, she's taking the test to become an American citizen. You know the only thing? It's two things that's mentioned about African Americans in our whole damn test. Slavery.
Let's go to the treasure box. Yes, they're okay.
Slavery and Dr. Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
This is what immigrants that look like you, when they come in the country, this is what they think. This is what's being instilled in them. I want you to look at all other groups. When the reason that the Chinese are able to get their children to excel at mathematics is not because Chinese are naturally smart at mathematics. It's because they have a love for who they are. They have a love for their people. And it's deeper than just having a historical connection. It's deeper than that. That's part of it. But it's deeper than that. They have a genuine love affair. And in that love affair, in order for me to be able to uplift my love, I have to be able to do this. Brothers, many of y'all done went out and got jobs when it wasn't possible for you to get a job to keep a relationship. When you was in love.
But see, that's the process, though.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
That's the process. That's the process. You know, it's the action behind love. You understand? And that's why I, even in the process, break down the particular aspect of love that's essential in movement. The duality of acceptance and ambition. Learning one's very essence and lasting on virtuous elevation. Being able to have that center of love so that we understand truly the state of altruism. We understand truly that selflessness is our liberation, because there's no way in the world that you can ever do something for someone else without benefiting the self. There's no way in the world to do so.
But I let me say this, because this is one of the things I was struggling with for a long time. And I may need correction on this. I look at the laws of Maya. Truth, justice, righteousness, reciprocity, balance, order, and harmony. I look at the principle of the Nguza Saba. Moja Kuchichaglio Jimo Jamania Kumbanimani. I look at the Hermetic laws. I look at the principal systems of all these people. And one of the things that I think may be plaguing us, and this is probably where a lot of y'all may disagree, is that we practice them from the outside in. And what I mean by this is that we apply those principles to everybody prior to applying them to ourselves first. And when I say selves, I'm not talking about the selfish I, this ego that's been developed, this ego that was created, you know what I'm saying, that we exist in. But we need to exercise those principles without a doubt with us first. And I think that's part of the problem, because we've become so universal with our message, we've become so universal with our love, that we feel bad when we have to exclude people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's not that I don't have love for all humanity, but I love mine first. And I know for some people that's uncomfortable to say, but everybody else loves theirs first. You know what I'm saying? I understand that by me teaching my children to love themselves and love their people, only then will they be able to benefit humanity. I mean, and that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of us practicing justice with everybody else before we practice justice within our homes, with ourselves. We're practicing with everybody else. We be honest with everybody else, but we lie to each other like it's easy. It's just easy. And I think a lot of those principles and that love, we have to bring it home first. It has to start at home first. Because if it don't, then everybody else will take advantage of it. Because we showed the world love. We showed the love. We showed the world how to forgive, and they still spit in our face. And I'm like, that's time.
Right.
It's
no,
time.
I mean, in real time, it's happening, Tim. And in real time, it's like, you know, as I have accepted my role, my position in this universe, like, it is my responsibility to write it. It is my responsibility for my children to understand it. My daughter, Diamond, and my son, Pharaoh. It is important for them to understand what it takes to protect and maintain something sacred in our houses. And a lot of us, we don't know what that feels like because we haven't been charged with that electric energy of what is it? When everyone in the room is feeling the same euphoric energy and everybody is contributing to it, synergy.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? When they experience, once again, when they experience it, Hatem, I have to share something with you that's totally relevant to our dilemma as man, especially since you started off the program talking about time in space. You know, I've written this piece, a story actually, a sci-fi story, and just one small excerpt I want to share with you regarding that. Starts off with, a time traveler's greatest feat is not proving that he exists, but convincing you why he exists before it's too late. Time and space are man's dilemma. They are what anchor him into this mortal realm. He cannot willfully defy these laws nor manipulate their principles, for there lies the most substantial gift to mankind, truth. Once he has found himself aligned with truth, he is limitless, for he is no longer confined within the self, but liberated by selflessness. In all his relations he is seated, the vessel that moves with the winds of change like a pulse. He is evidence of life. He dwells within consciousness, bouncing between extremes, light of the mind.
You wrote that?
I did.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, Jimmy P. King says, you can't teach someone something you haven't done. What you speak upon having done is called preaching, and I don't preach. Shouts out to Naichi. I see you on the line, my brother. Hey, shouts out to Jimmy P. King. I hear you. See, and that's like, we can't, we have to bring the principles home. That's all I'm saying. We have to bring the love home. You understand what I'm saying? And then start expanding outwards with it. It start inside and allow it to flow out. You know, and we don't have to get all of us. Because I keep on trying, in each city, all we need is a critical mass. That's it. All you need is a critical mass.
Yeah.
Because people are followers. And once you start establishing yourself as leaders, and we start harnessing this energy, right? This thought energy, and we start coming up with creative solutions and working them where we are, right? We're doing things like Kwanzaa, and we're taking them to another level. We're doing things like Juneteenth, and we're taking them to another level. We're taking these cultural stabilizers, and we're using them to move people to another level, to enlighten, right? People start feeling the love, and they'll start mimicking. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I remember back in the day, you know, you seen one person with the African sign, and you look around, you see another person with the African sign, and you see another person with African sign, and then it's that fourth one or that fifth one, and then next thing you know, everybody got the African sign or the X sign, or now they doing the T-shirts, and they trying to outdo each other. But this time, when we come into consciousness, we're old enough to know how to make it stick. Brother, it's deeper than that shirt. As a matter of fact, give me that shirt. I'm start stripping motherfuckers. Give me that. Till you show boom, boom, boom. See, because people be looking for, you know what I'm saying, some people. And you got to find those true ones, because it's some people that just want to look the part. And there's other people who want to live the part. And those are the people that we have to start attracting. Now, since you read that piece about time and space, I'm going to let you have number one. You know, because you got all super deep on us and shit. I'm going to give you number one so that you go and break this down. It says, time is a fluid condition which has no existence except in the momentary avatars of individual people.
What are you without time and space, Hatem?
Without time and space, I'm God. You say without time and space? Without time and space, I'm back to who I originally was. Because in order for me to be acting out in the way that I'm doing right now, I needed to create time and space. When there's no time and space, there's only one. Which brings me back to who I really am. Right now, because there's time and space, I'm able to be this individual, separate from everything else. I'm sorry, but go ahead. You know, that's just me. You know, that's me on this coffee and this ambrosia. But go ahead. You wasn't ready for that shit. You wasn't ready for that shit. But go ahead.
Even, but dig this, man. Listen here. When my son turns 18, and he looks back and he starts to get like royalty checks from work that I've done, and he looks back at the lyrics that he knows in the back of his head, he will start putting the story of the same lullabies that I've written him in the context to the lyrics of the songs, which are not just to teach him, to remember him where he's come from, but to be able to teach and inspire others through his work. Word. To continue
the legacy.
To continue the legacy.
Word.
So I'm gonna share with you real fast just one small verse of a lullaby that I wrote for him, because everything you're talking about, our instruction, our passion, taking us back to that existence in time and space, through these lyrics, you'll be able to time travel back to what inspired me to write it in the first place. So it goes like this. Now, did you know your father was a shamanistic warrior? Saved you from the hands of those who wanted to destroy you. Poison in your mind, tried tarnishing your soul, so they could profit from these systems of control. Now, child, you know your eyes shine light into my dark. Born into this world, you are just like a shooting star. To provide and to protect is the reason I'm living. Your innocence and peace have refuge here, blessing. So in that,
hold on,
my son will be reminded, because he knows the lyrics.
Dude, listen. You might need to go on and create an album of black lullabies that parents could play for their children as they're going to sleep. That shit was hot. Let's give him a round of applause, goddamn. That was hot. That shit was hot. Straight to the point and short. My kids tell me my stories take too goddamn long. I gotta record on my daughter like, no, don't play that again. Don't play it again. I said, nah, well, I'm sorry, baby. You got to listen. You know what I'm saying? So while they was little, I had them listening. As they older, they're like, man, I don't want to listen to that shit no more, Dad. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that was tight, dude. That might be the venue for us, because putting stories, original stories, along with songs on them in between, that's dope. That was dope. But now,
yeah.
So go and finish with the proverb, because we're about to shut this down, because we've been going for.
All right. So I'm conclude with another piece, because they're both bam right on the punchline. So you tell me, or let me get a consensus. Do you want it in song, or do you want another part of the story? Because this
song,
right here,
that's what you do in song. Yeah, I mean, see, I do this. I do the story. You know what I'm saying? Now you try to step on my toes. Now we about to beef. I do the stories around here, man. I'm just joking. Let me say it this way. Do it the best way do it in the way that's going to reach the people. If it's story form, do it. If it's song form, do it. All right?
Right on. Right on. So in all the same vein, understand where I'm coming from. This is our future, and this is what it takes for us to be able to survive beyond the shift. And it goes like this. In all the world, everyone and everything has ancestry, as we today stand together as the legacy of man. We are beings of light whose soul force guides us towards our destiny. We, like the world around us, are vessels for potential energy. It is our nature to contribute to this world as much as we consume. As creations, we are all blessed with the sacred breath of life. As creators, our soul touch lingers with every sentiment, our imprint cast into every instance. In time and space, it manifests evidence of our existence. As we are all created in the likeness of our Creator, it is our soul force that connects us, our light, the emotional sentiment behind every expression, every movement, and every choice we create. We are all creators. As the mysteries of the world are constantly revealing, we are discovering new heights in the potential of man, new abilities that were dormant only in our ignorance. We must accept that as a species, we are infants. As we are guided out of an age driven by fear, we must embrace the faith that brought us here. It is what ignites our soul force, our bond to the greatest love known to man. Our Creator is so magnificent that he has already furnished the universe with answers to questions we have yet to fix our minds to ask. Key to righteousness is asking the right questions, not those conceived in our mind, but in our hearts. Be one with greatness, and remember as we move about the caverns of this new world, change is inevitable, but evolution is optional. It is what distinguishes our intelligence from our enlightenment, our adversity from our advancement, and even the living from the dead. Shine light.
You got that in the song?
No.
All right. So now, time is a fluid condition which has no existence except in the momentary avatars of individual people. I'm going to say this and then we're going to move. Time is a fluid condition which has no existence except in the momentary avatars. Now, this talks about what we talk about when we do the daily toast and I do the libations. We pour for the past. We pour for the present. We pour for the future. And I always try to remind people that you have nothing but the present. You are always active in the present. And the present is here for you as an individual to use to build towards something greater. When you waste your moments despairing about the past or fearing the future, rather than building, you are robbing the legacy of your children. You are robbing that light that I think Shaka was talking about. You're covering that light when you waste these moments. Because in these moments is where our power is. Every incident in our life, every problem that you ever had always happened in your present. It never pops up to you from your past. It never pops up to you from your future. It's always in your now. And in your now is where your power is. Now as an enemy, my goal would be to either get you caught up in the past or get you caught up in the future. And while you are caught in between those, I will whoop your ass. It's those individuals in battle that are focused and understand that they are on the battlefield that win. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about what you did in the past. I'm not worried about what you did in the present. I'm I ain't even worried about what you're doing now because I'm fully here. Most of us, we're not fully in the moment. We're not experiencing. Time is a fluid condition which has no existence except in a momentary avatar. We are not experiencing true time. We chose to come here, family. We chose to come here. And see, a lot of us, we want to act like we hostages. We want to act like we're victims to life. But most of, I ain't even going to say most, we chose to come here. So if you chose to come here, you might as well get what you came to get. And the only way you're going to get that is by waking up in this moment. Wake up in this moment. Realize the power that you have in this moment. It might seem minuscule to you, but there's somebody in a worse condition than you are right now. And what you have right now in this moment can not only change your life, but change everybody's life. So, yo, fam, I'm about to get up out of here because I don't want to hold y'all beyond our time. I try to keep it down to 60 minutes, but we went over, and I am about to say I'm out. This has been Gye-Nyame Journey. I want to send shouts out to Brother Shaka for calling in. Next time y'all call in, 614-556-4535. Y'all can continue leaving comments on the timeline. If you have ancestors that you want me to salute, by all means, post them up because I toast the ancestors every morning. Hold on. Somebody got a comment on that one. Let's see. Jimmy P. King says, I feel like time is created for an individual when decisions are implemented. Our focus determines future, and our accomplishments and failures live in the past,
Dad,
making us creators, a God in the person. See more. The time cycle. Oh, hold on. Go ahead, brother. I like this. Yeah, we got a real writer here. Accomplishment and failure lives in the past, making us a creator, God in the present, affected by both. Time is a tool to build a decision, closing the loop on time, the time cycle. Go ahead, dude. Go ahead. All right, so shouts out to Jimmy, brother Jimmy. He gonna have to get the round of applause for that one. But yo, after this, we out, family. Peace out, Shop. My daughter requested this song, so we'll go out on next.
The sacrifice, those who died,
Yeah,
those whose bones lie deep in the Atlantic Ocean, those ancestors stolen from the motherland and taken to another land. We honor you. I say. We honor those freedom fighters like Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Mary Bethune, Nat Turner, and the thousands of others who fought, who bled, who died. I say. We honor those, the unknown warriors, whose names we don't know, who fought, who bled and died for freedom. As we pour and we say, I say. We honor the unborn children who will continue the legacy of sacrifice, who will fight in honor of those who fought the fight. I say. We call out to those, join the fight. Join the fight and continue to honor those who fought, who bled, and who died. I say. We pour libations and honor those who fought the fight. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up, stay in the Fight with all your might. Take the time to honor those who fought the fight. Marcus, Malcolm, Martin, Harriet, Bethune, Turner.
I just wanted y'all to know that
fight with all your might.
my children love that song, but listen to the lyrics of that song.
Get up, stand up. I say. Get up, stand up. I say.
They like what we like.
Take the time to honor those who fought the fight. Get up, stand up. Get up, stand up.
All right, family, we out.
Get up.
Yeah, you get the tablet in a second. Let me turn it off, please. You better watch it,
Okay.
because we on air. I'll knock you down.